Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome to episode 4 of the Quarantine Podcast. Yes, we are back with a 4th episode. Y'all thought we weren't going to get past one. Honestly, though, Lindsay, this is tea. So I was looking back at, the old podcasts that we did because we've done this a couple of times. And literally the most episodes that we've ever done is 2.
4 is a record for us, then.
4 is a major record, although it's not that many, literally 4 episodes, but it's huge, we've literally only done 2, so be happy that we are on number 4. And for number 4, we have a special guest with us today. We have Anthony here.
Hello.
Coming to us from New Hampshire, Salem, Massachusetts, right?
So, yeah, I'm in New Hampshire.
Boy, you're, all over the map.
Yeah, it's so anticlimactic. So, yeah, Salem is my hometown, but right now I live kind of in, the city, but, there's really not a city in New Hampshire because it's New Hampshire, but it's, kind of a more rural area, I guess. It's called Manchester. And it gets mistaken for the one in London a lot.
I literally I don't know where New Hampshire is. I literally don't know where that's at.
No one does. We're just an upside down Vermont.
I literally couldn't tell you where it is on a map.
Also, you're in a sweater, and Lindsay and I are literally roasting.
Oh my gosh, it's still cold over here.
We're literally in a heat wave right now in California.
Yeah, it's 91 degrees right now.
I went on a walk today and I had to bring a blanket with me because I didn't want to wear a jacket, and I was going to a field to relax, and I just didn't want to wear a jacket, so I brought a wool blanket and I was wearing it over because it's windy.
Literally so lucky. Literally roasting, sweating as we're talking right now. Wiping my upper lip.
Me and Amari, but both hate summer, so you're winning.
I would do anything to walk around in a blanket right now. This heat is not the fuck it. It's really not happening for me. Also, so I wanted to point something out. You are on our 4th episode. Lindsay's over here with blank stare on her face, but Lindsay, 4 is such a spiritual number.
It is.
I'm just sitting here smiling and nodding. I'm
No, 4 is a really spiritual number, and you probably know more about this than I do, Anthony, but it's super spiritual and has a lot of meaning behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you're just a very spiritual person, and we didn't even plan for you to be number 4, but it just happened.
It's so funny because I was thinking this the entire time because I'm super into numerology and stuff, and to kind of go into it a little bit more, while you were talking about it, I was thinking of reasons why and stuff, and one reason is because the 4 elements, fire, earth, water, air and stuff, 4 corners in a square, it's essentially the perfect number, so it's kind of cool to have that.
I'm just so amazed that it wasn't planned out.
Yeah, it's weird.
It literally just happened to be. It's so strange to me.
Don't put a question mark where God put it, period.
Period. Oh my God. Literally, period. I do also want to say that we don't have an agenda, as we always don't. So here we are once again at ground zero.
No, I think it's funny because we literally never have anything to talk about, but it always ends up being 2 hours long. We find just stupid stuff to talk about.
And then at the end, we're always can we just shut the fuck up and get off of this?
Literally.
Also, we're all Skyping right now, and Lindsay has a background of Britney Spears dressed as, a Martian? What is she?
A
Martian?
Or
is that an edit?
I don't know. It's super weird. I don't know if it's, edited or real, because,
It's giving me,
Star
the
Trek.
episode of Zoe 101. Do you remember the episode of Zoe 101 where Zoe is, cast in the Alien play?
Yes, and she was they put her in a metallic outfit, I think, right?
Yes.
That show was elite.
Did you guys see the tweet today about Britney's boyfriend running with a jock strap on?
Yes, I did.
You didn't see it, Lindsay?
Wait, I would like to see pictures.
He's literally on a run, and he's wearing a jock strap, and it's like a hard one, the ones that baseball players wear, and it's covering his face, but it has holes. It literally has, holes everywhere for, the balls to breathe. But it's, what is the point, love? You're running to, not breathe other people's, stuff in and not let your ventilations out. And he literally has holes all over his jockstrap.
Brittany's rubbing off on him, I see.
Literal worms.
Worms for Brian.
I wonder what they're doing in quarantine.
She's beating Usain Bolt's 5-meter run or whatever. That's what she's doing.
Stop. Can we talk about how Brittany just broke a world record the other week, actually?
So I saw her post about it, but like it's confirmed that it's officially broken.
Yeah, she's gonna be in Guinness World Records 2021.
It's confirmed.
And I'm happy for her. I believe her.
I believe her as well. I literally believe her.
Stop. Just like the thought of like Brittany like sprinting a 5 meter is so funny to me.
I did see some tweet, and it was like comparing a TMZ article about Britney Spears walking barefoot out of court with a side-by-side of Kylie Jenner walking barefoot, and the Britney article, of course, was like, you know, trying to call Britney like white trash and stuff, but like calling Kylie like relatable. Like they're like, oh, Kylie's just like us, like walking around like barefoot.
But like, who walks around barefoot anyways? Like, she's not just like us. Like,
Yeah, they're like just like us. Like who? Literally, like who?
stop. There's actually like, it's like a big thing in Northern California, like in like a bunch of like the, I don't know if it's like wrong to say, but like a bunch of like hippies, like they just like straight up like in like, it's like a part of Northern California. It's like a very like hippie part of California, and they just like don't wear shoes. And they have like
Ew.
protests. They're like, we don't need shoes. Like shoes were created to like stop, like kind of like the bra argument. It's like bras were created for like men. And it's like same thing. They were like protesting for like shoes too. And it's like, I'll be barefoot at the store if I want to. Like, you can't stop me. It's like a thing up there.
I'm like, love, you walk into Walmart barefoot if you want to. Like, I will not be doing that.
I don't like that. Like, okay, every once in a while, like, I'll walk barefoot, like, on grass for the healing properties, but I will not be walking barefoot, like, to go grocery shopping. Like, that's sick.
Ew.
That's actually sick.
I won't even walk barefoot in my house. Like, I have to have slides on.
Oh, I'll walk barefoot in my house.
I'm so weird. Like, in my house, like, I can't walk barefoot. I have to wear socks or sandals because I just don't like... Because I have cats, so sometimes there like dust will be on the floor and stuff, and I don't like touching dust with my bare feet.
Where's your dog right now? Where's Calvin?
So, yeah, my dog is living with my mom. So to fill the void, I adopted 2 cats that are living with me right now over here.
Wait, what are their
I like
names?
that.
So I actually thought that one of them was a girl. I was misgendering one of them the entire time. But as they got older, I like started noticing like it just wasn't, I was questioning their gender. So they're actually 2 boys, and one of them is Alchem and the other one's Inca. But their names are gender neutral, so it really like didn't make a difference.
I used to like hate cats, but I'm kind of like weirdly starting to like get open to them.
Same.
These ones are literally dogs, though. Like, they're not like your typical cats. Like, they don't run from you if you play with them. Like, if you pick them up, they'll let you hold them. Like, they're weird.
I've like always been a dog person, but I'm like weirdly down to have like a cat that like I don't really like. It's not like you don't have to care for them, but like you don't have to do anything for them.
Yeah.
Like you literally fill their plate up and like fill their water up, and they piss and shit on their own, and like that's the end of it.
They're really self-reliant, which is why I gravitate towards them a lot.
But like dogs, nothing compares. Literally.
Oh, no,
compares.
nothing. Oh my gosh. I saw Calvin yesterday, and it's just like therapy. Like, the attention that they give is... You can't get that from a cat.
I want a cat so bad. I just worry about like my dogs. Like,
Your dogs would devour a cat. Literally devour it.
but then again, like I feel like they wouldn't. I don't know. It's like hard to tell because they've never been around one.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Usually it's the cats that are vicious, and the dogs like
Exactly.
actually are peaceful.
That's true. I feel like cats like bully dogs sometimes.
They do.
They like literally bully one.
Cats are so
No, I
mean.
see it
They swear they're
firsthand
so
because
big.
they have this ego. Like my cat, like I have another one, Priscilla, that lives with my mom, and she like sometimes she'll play nice with my dog, but she's always like slapping him and like hissing. It's scary.
I'm like, love, like, calm down with that attitude. Like, you're a literal cat.
No, actually.
Stop. The way Chihuahuas have the worst attitude in dogs ever.
I hate chihuahuas. Anyone with a chihuahua, like, it just makes no sense.
My dog is half Chihuahua, and literally the fucking attitude on him, like, oh my god, he's literally bit me. Like, literally bit me.
He's bit me before too.
Like, he literally took a whole chunk off of my wrist. Like, all I was doing was literally trying to pet him. Like, what is your problem? Literally vile.
Stop.
Such a
Can you
vile fucking
imagine?
dog.
Can you imagine Mia biting someone?
Lindsay's pit bull is like the nicest dog in the world, and they get like such hate.
Yeah.
Like pit bulls get such hate, but it's like the nicest dog in the fucking world.
Pit bulls are literally the babiest of babies when it comes to dogs.
No, they are. That's the weird thing about dogs. Like, the bigger they are, the more baby they are. I don't get it.
It's so true.
Like, my golden is, like, such a baby. Like, he would never bite anyone, ever.
Meanwhile, my fucking dog literally bit me. Like, are you kidding me? I could stomp on him. He's so small. And he literally bit me. It's such a weird time for us to be doing this because Lindsay and I have never done this in the day. We're literally up at like 11 p.m. doing this. Like at midnight, we're like screaming to each other. My mom's like knocking on my wall to like shut the fuck up. But it's like bright daylight out.
Downloading Skype again was so weird. I haven't had Skype on my computer for years, and I saw like all these old contacts and like old conversations and stuff, and it was kind of triggering because one of them was with like my ex because we would Skype all the time together because
Oh my God.
he lived in Oxnard and I was living in the Valley at the time, so like we would Skype so much, and I saw it and I was like, oh, like maybe I'll message him, like see what's up.
Oh my God.
No, I can't. I've been thinking so much about my exes lately though. I don't know why. It's just like all this suppressed emotion is like coming to the surface.
I'm like, it's the quarantine talking.
I'm like, love, let me tell you what that's called. It's called being horny.
No, oh my gosh. At the start, it was awful. Like, I could not deal with it. Like, I just wanted to, like, I wanted to hook up with someone so bad. Like, it was eating me alive. But, like, it literally died. Like, my sexuality vanished. It's, like, just gone now. Like, I don't really have one anymore.
You don't have a sexual drive.
I don't have a sexual drive anymore. It's, like, completely gone. Like, moments here and there, especially since, like, the gays and OnlyFans are, like, Twitter. Like, that's just, like, that's all my Twitter is now. It's just, like, gays and, like, their nudes now.
Wait,
which, like,
that's
I totally
so
support.
true.
But, like, every time I see it, like, I'll get turned on a bit. But, like, other than that, like, I don't really get turned on, like, outside of the internet anymore. Like, there's nothing to really, like, turn me on anymore.
Love, let me just pull up a picture of Jake Gyllenhaal real quick.
Oh, wait,
Post
can
it
we
on
talk
here.
about how, like, pre-quarantine, I was getting back into movies again, and I watched Donnie Darko, like, for the first time, like, full on
no
through. 'Cause
words.
the last time I watched it, I was in high school, and, like, I fell asleep. I guess I really wasn't... No, but, like, not even because it was bad, because, like, it was one of those phases in my life where, like, I would just get stupid high and just, like, watch movies and then, like, not finish them because I'd pass out.
Yeah.
But I honestly am glad that I didn't, because I wouldn't have understood it at that time. But, like, now, like, understanding a little bit more about, like, you know, like like multiple universes and like infinite possibilities, that sort of thing, like it clicked for me in a way that it definitely wouldn't have like years ago. So I'm really happy that happened.
It's a very
But-
intellectual movie, I feel. Like, it's like you really have to, like, use your fucking brain cells when you're watching it. Like, you have to put them to work.
Yeah.
But what's really weird about it is that, like, I feel like it's demographic. It's marketed towards, like, a younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
It's marketed towards, like, younger demographic. But it's like, love, we ain't, like, they don't got the brain cells. So, like...
I know.
Like, it's, like, for, like, high schoolers almost and, like, young adults. But, like, our brain cells aren't adapted. So, like...
Yeah.
What's to gain? Like, what is to gain?
They tried to make it like a coming of age, like psychological thriller almost. In high school, like I definitely would not have been able to comprehend something like that. But
I need to watch that. I've never seen it.
Girl, you've never seen Donnie Darko and you've never seen Wizard of Oz? I cannot believe you haven't seen Wizard of Oz.
it's crazy to
I
me.
mean, obviously, like I know like what Wizard of Oz is, and I've seen like parts and bits, but I've never like sat down and like been like, okay, I'm gonna watch this from start to finish. You know what I mean?
That was like an awakening for me.
Me too.
Like, it was like a literal awakening, like Wizard of Oz. And
I'm like scared.
it's so like you are the first gay person I know that has not seen Wizard of Oz. Every gay, that's like your badge. It's like your badge at the gates.
Your badge of gayness, you have to watch Wizard of Oz.
Like, it's like you have to show the badge that you watched it in order to come into the realm. Like, I can't believe you've seen it.
I actually think I did watch it like very, very young. Like when I was like literally like a toddler or like probably like 6 or 7, but like
Do you remember like
honestly, I
what
forget.
the what platform, like DVD, VHS, TV.
It was probably VHS, honestly.
Yeah, because that's how I watched it too. I grew up with it on VHS.
Stop. It's such like an iconic gay film, and I was talking to somebody that I work with. They like lived through the era of it like being big, I guess, because like it's still it's like an iconic film now, but it's not huge. Obviously, like people aren't like scrambling to go watch it in theaters. But anyways, they were telling me that like back in the day, being gay wasn't like normalized, although it's arguably still not normalized now, but when it was like way less normalized than it is now, in order for you to know if somebody else was gay, like at a club, you would like ask someone if they're a friend of Judy's. So like if Anthony and I were at a club and I was like trying to get at him, like I'd go up to Anthony and be like, hey, are you a friend of Judy's? And if he's like, huh? Then I'd be like, oh, never mind. And I'd like keep my distance. But if someone was like, yeah, I'm a friend of Judy's, and it's like you knew like they were gay.
It blows my mind.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. The reasoning is because Judy Garland was one of the first people to acknowledge the gay community, like in pop culture, which is so weird to think about because like
that's crazy.
Amari, you said like it's kind of like you're kind of on the fence of calling it like normalized today, and honestly, when you think about it, like, it's still fresh. Like, we still have, like, the fact that someone like Judy Garland, who was just from, like, the 1900s, was someone in pop culture to kind of bring it to light is so fresh.
It is. Like,
it's so fresh.
It, like, just recently happened. Like, not just recently, but it's, like, pretty recent.
Yeah. Like, my grandma saw it in theaters, so, like, it's only, like, a couple generations. Also, another Wizard of Oz fact, my first time going to LA... I stayed at the Culver City Hotel, which is the same hotel that the Munchkins stayed at.
How do you know that?
because it's a huge part of the hotel. Like, they have, like, photos and, like, they have all this, like, history. Like, Culver City is super huge for, like, old Hollywood, like, MGM days and all that.
Literally, like, I love Wizard of Oz being a gay film, and, like, Wizard of Oz starts off as, like, black and white, and then you, like, go into like, the house gets in, like, a tornado, like, the city comes, and then she's, like, in the tornado, the house is, like, spinning, and then when it lands, and she walks out of the house, everything is in, like, color, and so, like, the movie goes from black and white to color, and that was, like, a huge thing in the gay world, like signifying like you coming out of the closet and like you going into your sexuality and like seeing the world as color and shit. Yes. It's just like that's there's cool. So much shit around it, like literally chills.
No, that part always gives me chills. It always makes me teary-eyed because it's just so powerful. Like the silence from when the house drops to like when the door opens. Oh, chills, love, chills. I feel bad, Lindsay. Like I literally feel bad that you haven't seen it. Like that hurts.
I'm scared. Because I know there's, like, a bunch of, like, shit about that movie. Not, like, shit, but, like, just, like, stuff around that movie that I'm just, like, scared to watch it. I don't know.
There's that whole thing with, like, the munchkin that's, like, hanging in the back. Remember that? That whole conspiracy theory about that?
Yeah, there's, like, a bunch of, like, conspiracies about the movie. It's, like, weird stuff.
The munchkin hanging was debunked, so, like, that's actually fully conspiracy, like, just confirmed conspiracy.
Do you believe the debunction, though?
I do. I do believe... I want to.
The way it was so serious. You're like, I do, yeah.
I do. He's like, let me explain why.
But her having, like, an eating disorder from, like, MGM and, you know, being fed, like, pills, like, uppers and downers is fact. I can't believe it. Like, they thought that she was too overweight for her age and for the role and everything, and like it just completely blows my mind like how messed up the standards were in that time, because like you watch it and she looks like amazing, like
literally.
I can't believe it.
Being on the topic of like conspiracies in movies, have you guys heard of Shudder?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so Shudder is this like streaming service, and it's specifically.
Wait, do you have a sponsorship?
Shut up! I wish I did.
Like,
oh my god.
So there's this really cool horror website, and I do have an offer code for you guys this week. Just drop it in the middle of the podcast.
I'm like, so go into Shudder.com. Stop. No, literally don't sign up for Shudder unless they give me a sponsorship, like, period. But anyways, so Shudder is like this streaming service, and it's specifically for horror. Like, it's just all horror stuff. And they have like a lot of exclusive stuff, and like Lindsay and I are super into horror. Anyways, I've been watching this series on there that showcases like super crazy happenings have been happening on like movie sets of horror movies and like super like crazy occurrences. And I just watched one on like The Exorcist, and it was like crazy. Like, you know how like on The Wizard of Oz they say like the witch got like burned by the fire and shit, and it like burned her. Like Lindsay, it's like a scene where like the witch comes out of like the smoke and like she's supposedly like caught on fire and shit like during that scene, and like no one knows if it's true or not. But anyways, this Exorcist one is crazy. So there's like a bunch of stuff that happened in The Exorcist, and one of the things was when they were filming, like the entire set caught on fire. But the only part of the set that didn't catch on fire was like the part that the priest was using, like the priest in the movie. Like his part didn't catch on fire, but everything else did. And then like there's this part where I guess she is like levitating a little bit, but she's like going back and forth, like getting possessed, like flinging herself around. And I guess the contraption, she was like tied into it, and there was a man with like a rope under it, like pulling her to make her like swing like crazy. And I guess the contraption broke while that was happening, and she like broke 3 of her lower ribs while that was like being filmed and shit. There's like a bunch of stuff that like happened during the filming of that. It's crazy. Like literally crazy.
I heard a similar thing occurred on the set of Hereditary.
Oh my god, give it to me. While we're on this topic of Hereditary, I don't care like what anybody says. Like, this is coming from someone that is like not like one of the biggest horror fans, but like I'm like pretty into horror. Like that's like pretty much the only horror movie I like. And I have never, besides Midsommar, by the way, those are like obviously like the same director, Hereditary and Midsommar. Like Hereditary, I don't know, something about that movie is just so eerie and good. Like literally there's like
sick.
people who that I know like that didn't like that movie, and I'm just like, how? Like it was so good.
It's so
I
good.
am one of those people, like, I've never been triggered by scary movies. Like, it takes a lot
Same.
to like really sink into me, and I've always been that way. I've always had thick skin with horror.
Yeah.
But that movie, I saw it in theaters, and I like was squirming in my seat, like was feeling sick, like was revolted. And I literally remember at the end of it going to the bathroom and sitting in a stall to pray. Like to literally like call on a higher source of positivity, because I felt like drained from that movie, because like it's sick. That director pushes limits, and like you saw the limits that they pushed in
I love it though. He's
Midsommar?
like probably one of my favorite directors. I'm so excited to
Oh.
see like what he'll do in the future.
Oh my gosh, Midsummer like had me gagging, like, oh my gosh, it's sick. It's sick.
One of like the horror movies, like I have a really high tolerance too, and you don't laugh when I say this movie, but one of the only movies that had like an impact on me where I was actually scared, and this was when I was in high school, like I was like a freshman in high school, so I was way younger, but was when I watched Insidious in theaters, like the first one.
Oh, it's scary.
My god, that like scared the shit out of me. Like
No, the
absolute
Insidious movies
shit.
are good.
What was that?
What was that about again? I forget.
Insidious was about like a family, and then the boy like goes into a coma.
Oh.
And then he like doesn't, like the doctors don't really know, they're just like he's in a coma, and then they get like the spiritual lady, and she's like, no, there's like something that's trying to take a hold of his body, and then it like goes into him, I guess, and then the dad goes into like a different realm to like get it away from him, and he enters like the spirit realm and shit, and like comes face to face with like the demon that's like going
No,
inside
he like
of his
he
son.
like goes to
It's
hell.
crazy.
He like travels to
That
hell.
sounds so good.
It's so scary. And I remember there's this scene where like they took photos of like the boy, and they're like flipping through photos, and you could see the demon like getting closer to him, and she's this like black bride thing, and in every photo it like gets closer, and they're like flipping through the photo book, and oh, it was so scary.
Ugh.
Like so scary.
No, the movies that honestly still get to me are the Sinister movies, because the Sinister movies, like, they have like the tapes in them that are like
Oh,
people
yeah.
like killing themselves and stuff, and it's like super just like fucked up.
Has anyone seen The Uninvited?
No.
Sounds familiar. I think I've heard of it.
It's like from the era like 2008 like to 2010, like that like
Ugh,
string.
those are like the best era of horror movies.
Yes, I love that era, and like they're super cheesy now, but like it's all we had then, so like it's good. But yeah, those ones always got to me. But I wasn't really a big fan of like stuff like Paranormal Activity, like that.
Oh my
Never, I was
God.
never interested.
Literally so dumb. Like those are the types of movies that like I laugh at. Like
It's so
literally
bad.
so bad. Like oh my god.
Stop, but you know what? Like, I was just about to say, like, the movies that, like, are kind of scarier to me are, like, found footage horror movies. Like, found footage, like, I feel like it's so hard to make, like, a new and exciting, like, paranormal, because it's, like, been done so many times. But, like, when you have, like, footage, I don't know, something about it is just so scary to me, like, watching, like, literal, like, footage, and it's like through like someone's eyes instead of like, you know, like obviously like a professional setup.
Oh my gosh, like, speaking of POV,
like Blair Witch Project, oh my god.
Stop, do you guys remember like the era where Paranormal Activity was like dominating, like literally dominating?
Okay.
And they made one like every 6 months, and it was like Paranormal Activity 2, Paranormal Activity 3, The Lost Tapes, Paranormal Activity 4, Journey to blah blah blah. I was like, shut the fuck up.
No.
Like, give us a break.
I watched Amari, I've been telling you to watch her for so long. That like girl with like long like orange hair. I forgot her name. It's Possessed by Horror, and she does like all these like horror reviews and like just like horror related stuff, and she's just like amazing. Like I love her so much. But she actually made a video I watched the other day, and it was the 10 highest grossing horror movies ever made. Like, how much money they made, basically. And Paranormal Activity was, like, number 3. Like, Paranormal Activity 1 made, like, so much. Like, $200 million, something crazy like that. But, like, I will give it, like, at the time, I think that came out in, like, 2007. The first one, and I will give it that we didn't have anything really like that, so like it was kind of like a step that like no one's taken before, and I can see why it did so good. Like, was it executed like brilliantly? Like, I don't think so. Like, there's some scary parts, but like as a whole, like it's like fine, like it's like literally whatever.
It had mass appeal
at the time. Like, I feel like they did give us something new that we didn't have, and that's why it did so good.
Do you remember the marketing rollout for that though? That's what I attributed success to. The marketing rollout for that film was like amazing. Like,
I remember like seeing previews.
Literally, like, the previews had nothing of the movie. It had absolutely nothing. It was just, like, night vision of a crowd in a movie theater, like, jumping and, like, crying and, like, literally, like, hugging each other, like, scared out of their shit.
Yes,
and then,
I remember those commercials.
You remember that?
Super popular.
That was all the commercial was. So, like, obviously you see that, and at the end it's, like, Paranormal Activity. It's, like, you are gonna go watch the movie, like, period. Like, they could have threw the dumbest movie in, and, like, probably still could have had the same amount of, like, financial success because the marketing was so good.
Dude, I remember that. That's so funny because, like, I remember watching that and was like, oh my god, like, this must be so scary. Like,
literally.
People are jumping and crying and sobbing.
Amari, it's funny you mentioned the marketing, though, because, like, does anyone remember WeWorld?
Yes. Like, the online game?
Yes.
Yes, I played that so much. Oh my god.
There were, like, WeWorld skins and, like, WeWorld, like, clothes for Paranormal Activity when it was coming out.
Oh my god.
Wait, what is that?
WeWorld is, like, basically, like, you make this, like, little avatar and you have, like, a wall and, like, you can add friends. And, like, I made so many friends on it. It was basically, like...
Was it, like, IMVU?
Pretty much, but you didn't move. Like, it was so boring. Like, you literally did not move. Like, it was just your photo. It was just your photo of your avatar. And, like, you could write on people's walls and stuff. And that was it. Like, you couldn't go into town and, like, talk to people. Like, you just stood there. Like, motionless.
Stop, did any of you ever play Habbo Hotel?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I loved Habbo Hotel so fucking much. Like, and you could, like, sit on each other's laps and shit. And that was, like our idea of, like, sexual drive back then. I was like, I'm gonna sit on your lap on Habbo Hotel.
What did you spend your most time on in terms of, like, MMPG games? Is that what they're called? Like, multiplayer motion games?
That's hard for me.
I did a lot of, like... It doesn't sound stupid, but I did, like, a lot of webkins. Like, I had, like, 25 of them. Like, I literally, like, went hard. Like, I had a fucking, like, mansion. Like, each one of them had a room. Like, I went hard.
So, when I was in elementary school, like, when webkins was popping, like, the same era as, like, Silly Bands and stuff, there was, like, this toy store. I'm sure y'all had them growing up, too, like, where they had everything. Like, every trendy thing was there. Mm-hmm. So... I remember
like,
going with
my mom. Kind of like Hallmark?
Yeah, it was one of those things. We called them Learning Express over here. Like, I don't know, it's probably not a chain. So I go there, and, like, Webkins is hot. And I remember literally snatching the code off of the animal.
Oh,
and, like,
my.
I used to do that all the time.
I'll never forget it.
Because, like, people, like, you don't really need the, like, the plush. Like, you just need the code. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to play, I don't know if any of you played this, it was VMK.
No.
It was Virtual Magic Kingdom. So it was like a virtual Disneyland, and you could like make people and like talk to people and like go on rides together and like walk around and like that was my
that sounds
shit.
fun.
It was so fun, and then like the server went down.
Do you remember Zwinky?
I remember Zwinky. It literally gave my mom's like work computer like 90,000 viruses. Like, like quite literally like gave me, and it like literally would pop up with like ads like mid play and be like 90,000 free cursors. Like, literally.
Oh my god!
It was like so like just virusy and glitchy, but it was so much fun.
That era makes me miss like AIM so much.
Same. I used to play Neopets a lot too. And like I vividly remember having to like print out the form and like write it and take it to the person to fax it to like the Neopets headquarters so that they could turn my chat on with other people. Like it was like, if you want to chat with people, you need to have your parents sign this and like fax it over.
I never like understood how to play Neopets. My sister loved Neopets, but like I never really got like the currency and stuff. Like I never got like how to like buy things or like do anything. Like I never got it.
I used to be obsessed with RuneScape, and like I was literally muted. Like there was a feature where you could only use like the custom chatting, like hello, how are you, that sort of thing, and like I had to use that for years. Because, like, I forget why I was even muted. Like, it was so annoying, but that frustrated me. And obviously, of course, like, getting muted on Club Penguin sucked.
You literally would say, like, one word. You would say, like, but on Club Penguin and ban you for, like, 2 years.
I know they're back, but, like, I just haven't gone on to, like, Club Penguin again because, like, I don't know. It just feels wrong. It just doesn't feel right. Like,
you're
why?
not gonna be on there with, like, 8-year-olds. Like, it wouldn't feel the same.
Yeah. And it's like, not to be this person, but like, what the fuck am I gonna do as a 23-year-old waddling around virtually, like, as a fucking penguin? Like, what is the point? Like, I could be doing something so much more valuable with my life than, like, walking on an iceberg. Like,
Can we also talk about, like, something that, like, really kind of just, like, not, like, rubs me the wrong way, but just, like, makes me kind of, like, a bit uncomfortable. Like, there's literally, like, 5 and 6-year-olds on like TikTok doing like the savage dance. Like it's like very like it's so like weird to me like how fast like little kids are growing up these days with like social media. I feel like it was just like 100% different like when we were growing up, and it's just kind of like
it's just weird because like our generation straight up didn't have an option. Like we didn't have anything. Like the most that we got yelled at for was like dressing like provocative or like, you know, swearing or whatever. But, like, now these kids straight up have the opportunity to, like, join platforms that adults are on. Like, that's just so weird.
And you're, like, mixing the two.
Yeah.
Like, you're mixing adults and, like, younger.
That's what's weird about TikTok. Like, it's such a blurry line. Like, why is that allowed? Like, I don't think my minors should be... it's just weird. It's just weird.
You're so right. Because you can be, like, on TikTok and you'll, like, scroll and it's, like, I don't fucking know, like... Julia Roberts or something, like, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like the next thing is like literally like an infant. And it's like it's like where's the line? Like what is happening?
Oh my gosh, can we talk about stealing on here? Is that like not okay?
No, yes, of course.
It's 2020, we steal now.
I miss 6th grade, like when my friends taught me how to steal, like I would go to Rite
Taught
Aid.
me. You go taught me? Like it's a class.
It literally was a master class, like going to Rite Aid after 6th grade classes and like stealing like Oreos. I would steal like makeup from my friends, like for their birthdays, and be like, here, like happy birthday.
Oh my god. Stop. In 2nd grade, I stole a High School Musical 3 poster, and I stole like a dog diary from the from the book fair that got set up in the gym.
Okay, if there's any place that you're stealing from, it should be the book fair. Let's be real.
True, their shit is so overpriced.
I
And,
know,
like,
what the fuck?
Scholastic, like, come on. You literally sell textbooks to, like, professors. Like, you can go
And,
without
like,
a High School Musical 3 poster. Like, it's not deep.
You remember those $10 erasers that say, like, I make big mistakes or something like that?
Literally, or, like, the gel pens, like, literally with, like, magical gel inside that were,
Oh
like,
my god,
$8.
who remembers Smencils?
Literally, if you had a Smencil, you were gay, period.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what you say. Like, if you had a
I had
pencil...
so many
Okay.
Smencils, and look at me now.
If you sniffed the grapefruit scented marker, you're gay now.
Stop, I miss those when, like, teachers would have, like, the smelly whiteboard markers.
Stop.
Things were different. Things were different.
If you were excited for the Scholastic Book Fair to come, you're gay now. Like, you're literally gay now.
Okay,
that
if
was
you
literally
bought
the best thing on earth, though.
if you bought Coke or Pepsi book at the Scholastic Book Fair, you're gay now.
If you opted for strawberry milk in the lunch line, you're gay now. You're literally gay now. I literally would
ultimate
always
read.
opt for strawberry. Oh my god.
Okay, I keep seeing tweets saying that strawberry milk's gross, and like I'm so offended by them. It's so wrong.
I saw this tweet and it's actually tea though. But like in elementary school, like lunch was literally like strawberry milk, pizza, and like a fucking chocolate fudge brownie. It's like ew, like.
Michelle
But, like,
Obama's rotting in her grave right now.
I was literally so excited for it though. I was like, oh my god, the pizza, like yes, and then like
Okay.
strawberry milk.
Yes.
My all-time favorite meal from like elementary was, I don't know if you guys had it, but oh my god, it was like called like Galaxy Cheese Pizza.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh
Was it the
my
circle
god,
pizzas?
it was like a little circle one, and it was like in like the blue. It was like Tony's. It was by the brand
Yes,
Tony's.
Tony's.
Yes.
No words.
Oh my god, that was the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
Okay, I saw a tweet and it said, y'all didn't grow up eating this and it shows. And it was that. And I'm like, wait, that was good. Like,
Literally. They still
Stop,
sell
school
those.
meals were so delicious. I don't care what anyone says.
did y'all have ice cream days in your elementary school? Like, every Friday was ice cream day and you could get like the strawberry shortcake, popsicle things. Like, you
Oh,
could get
I
like,
think I had that.
yeah, the Flintstone push pops. Like, oh, it was a classic. I remember stealing like quarters from my dad's like change thing to get ice cream every Friday.
I remember I could actually buy ice cream. They wouldn't like give it to us. You could buy it from the snack bar.
That's weird.
And you could also buy, oh my god, you could buy sunflower seeds. And that was like, I loved sunflower seeds.
I know this sounds really gross, but there's actually like pickle flavor, and I don't even like pickles. Like I
Ew.
literally hate pickles. No, shut up. Shut up. Before you say literally anything, like I hate pickles. Like I literally don't like pickles. But like there was like pickle flavored sunflower seeds, and like one of my team members, like when I was playing softball, like offered to me like one day, just like, oh, like my dad bought me like these sunflower flavor, and I was like, ew, bitch, like that's disgusting. And then I had one, and they like were so good.
Okay, Lay's pickled flavor is
Ew.
actually so good.
You guys, I cannot stand behind anything that is pickle flavor.
No,
like,
like me
cannot.
either. But like for some reason, like those are good. I mean, that was like 10 years
No.
ago. Like, but
Lindsay, I'm the same way. Like, my brothers were the type growing up, like, they would straight up drink the juice out of the jar. Like,
ugh.
like sick. Okay, how did y'all feel about cheese sticks growing up? Because I was never a fan.
I don't like them. to
I
be
like
I
them
love
now,
them.
but growing up, the concept actually made me, like, sick.
Oh, I love them. But growing up, I was a biter. Like, I bit into them.
Ew.
And now, and yeah, like, that is vile. And now, like, I haven't had one in so long, but I've evolved to the point where, like, I peel.
Okay, that's evolution. I have a question for everyone. What is, like, your secret childhood snack that, like, you kind of created? That, like, it might not be relatable, but, like, it meant something to you.
I mean, mine wasn't, like, created, but just, like, the contraption of eating it, the way I ate it was, I guess, created. I loved fruit roll-ups that were, like, long, like the ones you stretch out, and I would undo the whole thing, roll it into a ball, and shove the entire ball in my mouth. Okay, and I have a story about this, actually. I would do that so much, and there was this one time, and, like, I would barely chew it and then swallow it, and I choked. Like, I straight up choked because
Stop,
the
it
fruit...
hit different though when you rolled it up.
It does, but, like, it was so much that it got lodged in my throat, and my mom literally had to perform Heimlich on me. Like, I was, like, choking in my kitchen, and she, like, literally Heimlicked me, and, like, the fruit roll-up, like, flew onto the floor.
Grandma's always had like the best snacks. Like I'd always go to my grandma's house and she'd give me like ding dongs in like the middle of the night. Have you ever had ding dongs?
Those always, like, intrigued me, but I've never actually had one. I just tried a Twinkie, like, the other day. I always was intrigued by, like, they're, like, red, and they had, like, little dots. Do you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
I know. Are they fluffy?
Yeah. They look intriguing, but, like, I feel like they don't look how they taste.
I know what you're talking about, and I've never tried those. I've been
Me
too
neither.
I've
young.
had I've had like those like Mexican Twinkies that are like, it's like chocolate and then it's like the fluffy and then there's like a strawberry cream in it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They're
Okay,
so good.
Those
I
are
had one literally the
so
other day.
good.
I've never tried that, but like my answer is on a similar thread. Like my brothers and I, like we would take Go-Gurts and Capri Suns and we would freeze them and then we would like, we would cut them up and eat them as
Stop.
slush.
Frozen Go-Gurts?
Go-Gurts
No
are
words.
no-
Frozen
words.
Go-Gurts, no words. Literally
Oh my
no
God.
words.
Oh my god, do you guys remember Danimals?
Oof.
No words.
They
No
are
words. No words.
so good.
Oh my gosh.
Whenever like I was like shopping with my dad on the weekends, I would like beg him for Danimals. Like, please. And they're literally just all sugar. Like
Yeah, you go to
Literally
the store as
all
a child.
sugar.
What are you begging for? What are you begging for to put in the cart?
Swiss rolls. Period. Period.
probably like pizza rolls or like something like that.
Cosmic brownies.
Yes.
Oh my god, cosmic
Oh my
brownies.
God.
Period.
They
No,
used to sell those at my school.
you know Swiss rolls though, right? They're like rolled up.
Oh.
They're chocolate, and then they have the
Ooh.
white rolled in the middle with
Yeah.
it too.
Isn't it
On
kind
a
of like one of
similar
those like
thread.
grandma brands where it's like
Little Debbie.
Little
Period.
Debbie.
yeah, Little Debbie.
Period.
Little Debbie did cosmic brownies too.
Little Debbie
She was
could
that
say
girl.
faggot.
She was that
Little
girl I
Debbie
knew
with
she
the
was.
T.
She could say faggot. Period. I'll let her. She could say it. It's true.
Wait,
Little
Amari,
Debbie probably did.
Please tweet that after this podcast. Please tweet Little Debbie could say a faggot. Please tweet that.
So it's so funny because she's so old that she probably did. Like she was probably alive in like the 40s and she probably did say faggot.
You're so true.
I can't breathe.
The thing is though, like her lineup, she literally can cosmic brownies, Swiss rolls, like the same brownies but with nuts on them, not like the cosmic on them. Isn't she ding dongs too?
She also did honey buns.
She can say faggot. She can say it.
Yeah,
she
no,
has
she
the
can.
lineup to be able to say it.
She literally has a better lineup than Revival Tour.
Girl, you had no business bringing Selena into this. you had...
Wait, can we talk about the way that Selena Gomez was my first concert ever? Stars Danced Worldwide Tour.
Oh my god, I would do anything to go to Stars Dance Tour. I literally know the set
collapse
list.
on site.
She starts off with Bang Bang Bang. Like, I kid you not, I know the set list. I would do anything to go. Anything.
Dude, I had an amazing
Imagine literally
time.
seeing Bang 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 live.
No words. The fact that she played at the fair by me, the little fairgrounds during the Stars Dance Tour.
Literally right next to the damn pig racers. Can you imagine like they're like shooting the little guns like go pigs and she's like round and round. They're, like 10 feet away.
No, the pig races on the microphone are like so it's literally as though they're going bang bang bang.
Mari, there is nothing more iconic to me than the image I have of like the fair whenever you talk about it. Like I've never seen it, but whenever you talk about it, I have just like such a distinct image because like we've just been friends for so long that it just come up in various conversations in such like funny ways.
Literally.
And like how is that related to like knots? Like is that the same thing?
Oh, wait, oh my god, there's a popular song out right now that the guy says, fuck, what song is it? It's like a rap song. He's like, I take her to knots. He literally says knots in the song. It's like a rap song. He's like, I take her to Disney, I take her to knots. I'm like,
Amari, literally you to me.
no, I'm literally like, why are you like proud of that? He's like, I take her to knots. As if it's like,
Stop,
I'm
knots
like-
is only like $35. Like literally paying you to go and they're like he's like I'm taking the knots.
literally, Anthony, my Knots Pass monthly payment is $11. 11.
That's really like one meal.
Did you ever go to Knots when you were out here?
No, I didn't.
Good.
Good.
Literally good.
Stop. But if they're closed for Not Scary Farm, I think I'm literally gonna cry.
Oh, I'm going to cry. Oh my
No,
god, that's like the one thing
literally
I
not
look
till
forward
October.
to.
Like, come on.
Okay, I saw a tweet that I kind of like been thinking about today. And someone said, can they just declare 2020 as a holiday And I'm like, you know
Literally.
what? Can we just do that so there's not, like, some awkward waiting for something to happen? Because I hate that about this time period. Like, we're all just waiting for something to happen.
And it's like, there's always, like, I feel like there's always, like, a light at the end of the tunnel, and then it gets, like, stripped. And then there's, like, another light, and it gets, like,
It's
stripped.
so awkward because we're right in the middle of, like, everything happening. It's just, I've never witnessed something like this before. And, like, even my grandma was telling me, like, she's never, ever seen something like this either. So it's just weird being in the middle of, like, this change. Like, I just don't know what to expect. It's awkward as fuck.
Also, Lindsay's birthday is literally coming up, like, next week.
Literally a week from now exactly, and I'm like not even like excited. Like I don't even feel any emotion towards it at all.
My brother's is literally in 2 days.
Yours is next month too.
Mine is next month, and I'm turning 21. Like, I wanted to, like, get my first legal drink with people, but, like, that's probably not happening. So I've never been the type to celebrate my birthday. Like, I haven't had a birthday party in, like, literally since, like, 3rd grade. I don't even know. But, like, I want to do something, like, even if it's just getting people together and, like, having them, like, drive by, like, I think that would be hilarious.
I'm on Zoom for my birthday. I'm excited.
That's so fun.
That's gonna be so fun. I was telling Lindsay, I was like, imagine, like, if I drove all the way to your house to honk my horn.
You, like, drive down my driveway, you, like, honk, and then I'm like, hey, and you leave.
Because Lindsay's house is so far up the mountain. It's like, you know, and she has her one single driveway. Like, imagine if I just came down the driveway, honked my
Came, like,
horn,
zooming down the driveway. Honk, honk.
and, like, reverse.
Happy birthday.
Okay, well, I think that is the end of the episode. I truly don't even remember what we talked about, so, like...
We literally just, like, rambled out nothing.
You know what's funny? I, like, actually made, like, some notes, and I literally didn't even look at them. I, like, made, like, some pointers. I was like, oh, just in case, like, we could talk about, like, daily quarantine routine. I literally didn't even look at them, and I was over here going, Little Debbie can say faggot.
Stop. Quarantine podcast episode 4. Debbie. Little Debbie.
Little Debbie can say faggot.
Little Debbie's rights.
It's true, though. She can say faggot. You know
She
who else can
can.
say faggot? M&M's. M&M's can say faggot, too. Period. I'll let them.
The way that I actually, like, hated M&M's growing up, like, I hated them. But the thing is, I'm, like, not a chocolate person. Like, I'm not a chocolate person.
I love chocolate.
It's like, Anthony's like, I hated M&M's. I'm like, and on that note, thanks for joining.
No, stop. I
Like-
love chocolate. I just, like, don't like Jolly Ranchers or, like, sweets or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, I don't like any of those.
Like, I can't
Yeah,
just,
I
like,
would-
sit there and be like, oh, like, I really want a fucking sweet tart. Like,
See, yeah, I would much rather have, like, gummy worms, Laffy Taffies, like, Jolly Ranchers, than have, like,
Oh, I
M&Ms.
cannot. I will take M&M's over a fucking Jolly Rancher any day.
like, who's just like, oh, like, I really want to suck on a Jolly Rancher. Like, I don't want no sour shit. Like, I want to, like, comfortably eat something.
My only exceptions, though, butterscotch and Snickers. That's it. Period.
Ugh,
Snickers
I love
are period.
Snickers bars.
Snickers are period, too. Butterscotch, I've never tasted one in my life.
What's that thing? It's not. Maybe it's not butterscotch. What is it? It's like
Butterfinger.
Butterfinger.
Oh,
That's
I
it.
love Butterfingers.
Butterfingers. Butterfingers can say faggot.
They're literally so crumbly and, like, they get stuck in your teeth, but they're so good.
Stop. The way Reese's are, like, one of the biggest debates on, like, whether you share them or not. And everyone's like, don't ask me for a Reese's, bitch. I only got 2. It's
Oh yeah, I've
it's,
seen those are so funny. It's like, bitch, don't ask me for a Reese's. There's only 2 in a pack.
It's true, though. Like, they're literally $1.70 and there's 2. Like, what you want?
They're low-key pricey. Like, they're getting brave.
Right? They are getting brave.
Literally, it's like $3 now. I'm like, damn, mom. Talking about, can I have one?
Stop. The same with Twix, too. It's like there's only 2. Tom about, can I have one? I'm
Stop,
like,
I hate Twix. I feel like I'm
suck.
the only one that hate Twix.
I like them.
No,
I
okay.
mean,
If you were giving out Twix for Halloween, I'm
you
sorry.
can say faggot.
No, you can't.
My sister, I don't know, something about them is just, like, super dry. But, like, I also don't really like caramel that much, so that probably explains it.
Oh, that's what it is for me. I don't like caramel at all.
But caramel's in Snickers.
What?
Yes.
It is, but it's, like,
Caramel's-
overpowered by so much chocolate that you can't really, like, taste it.
You know when you, like, bite into it and it, like, strings? That's like caramel.
What? I
Anthony,
never
how did
questioned
you
what
not
that
know
was.
that?
I just ate it. Like, I didn't know.
It's literally caramel. I wish it would have been like, I'm allergic to caramel. And we were like, love, caramel's in Snickers. Okay, everyone, well, I guess that is going to conclude episode 4 of our podcast. Number 4, I do want to point out again, the heavenly number that Anthony is on. The world just literally, like, put that in for us. That is crazy. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we didn't get to say. So maybe you can join us again for another episode.
I would love to.
Like, I feel like we still have, like, way more that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like I said, I literally didn't touch on any of my notes.
Wait, this could be literally part 1.
Oh, I'm so down.
Part 1. Yes.
So it's not a goodbye, it's a to be continued.
Stop.
And maybe part 2, Lindsay will finally have watched Wizard of fucking Oz. Like every
Yeah.
normal,
I'll
sane
make it
human
I
being.
think I can literally get it for like $3 on my TV right now.
Alright, guys, well, I just want to say, Miss Swift, it's been an honor. And as always, if you want to say hello, or if you have any topic suggestions that you want us to talk about, or any people that you want to see on future episodes, our email is thequarantinepodcast@icloud.com. Alright, bye guys, thanks for listening. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.